it up. Let's go. Why is this guy really, really tall? Goodness. Alright. Go take a look. Hold on a
Alrighty.
second. Since
Alrighty, bolts,
fireplace, I should
alrighty.
probably look at my operative and my talent. Looks like there's nothing
I can't. Okay,
crazy
so
here.
give me 1 second, bolty
Routes.
boo.
These little coin things I got 29,000 of that. I think I have the normal, like, 5,000 or
I got just the thing for you.
2,500 of this. Okay. Oh boy, new things in the Commodore gestures. They said we got more things for y'all to buy. What be this guy? Look at him. Cow Cans Gorance. He's got a pretty decent outfit. I want this Krieg dude's outfit, but like, so expensive. I don't know if there's gonna be another opportunity. I hate how all the really good stuff is locked behind like real money. The game already costed enough money. Why the heck y'all gotta do this? Why y'all gotta be little greedy bastards? Gosh. Can't afford the whole get up here of Jonathan Ockrens. Believe how expensive this is, and it doesn't even come with a backpack. Like, what the heck? Get the heck out of here, guys. This guy comes with everything. 2,400 gets the backpack and everything. Not crazy about the color design. That's the only thing.
Come again. I'm always here. All donations to the
What is this
Elite
currency called
Retirement
again?
Fund graciously
Aquilas? Aquilas? Let me see if there's even a way to get free Aquilas. Darktide.
I need to
Free
Aquilas.
Aquilas. How do you get Aquilas? Is it only premium currency, I'm guessing?
I don't know. What are you trying to get an Aquila with?
I just want to get this stupid Krieg outfit, but I'm guessing it's probably super premium currency.
I mean, I don't know actually.
The main way to earn Aquilas is by doing contracts. So players can't fulfill these contracts until they get to trust level 11. So,
Yeah, Star Wars.
trust level 11. Visit Sir something. Alright, so I don't have to actually spend money. Let's go over here to this dude.
Don't you guys love it when premium currency flies into games? It's great.
Disgusting, especially for a game that cost.
I know. I went on this tangent when you were away helping the neighbor literally reconstruct their entire internet, apparently. I was like, I think it's kind of stinky winky that, you know, you can Ooga booga. Is Bolt muted? No. Bolt's just Bolt's Bolt. Oh no, it's not Bolt, it's the fucking OBS. Not OBS. Yeah, OBS being a slut. So OBS likes to do this thing where it just pretends it doesn't know what Discord is, despite any time I switch off of it. But Bolt's complaining about the fact we talked about this the other day when we played Darktide of it's like a $30, $40 game, and they're still nickel and diming you for content after you've bought it, which is like the worst sin I think a game could make when you spend money on it. Like Games Workshop has just decided they don't give a shit about their reputation anymore, apparently. How you doing, Moth?
Moth! We love money.
We love money.
So
Moths.
It said this little work Satorium thing is supposed to have the premium currency, but
We gotta, what is it called? VTECHGUY. We gotta add the bolt before we get into the grand old Gale adventure today. Hello, little moth. How are you today? What's my little moth up to? All right, so we've got a bolt. Oh, did I already have you as the VTECHGUY guy? All right, I'll keep you as the VTECHGUY guy. I think. Just
like
chilling.
That
roof Wi-Fi event was a hoot. Roof Wi-Fi event. What are we talking about, Moth Boy?
This you. This is not you. You're not Day.
No, I'm getting your VTECHGUY on the screen.
Are you in Darktide already or no?
Yeah, I'm in Darktide. I just got to load into a lobby. Did you invite me to your strike team, or am I making it?
I'll invite you in a minute.
I'm just putting up your... I'm putting up your...
You have to invite me.
I'm going to invite you? Okay.
Yeah, because you're not showing up for me at the moment.
I don't know. Because I'm in the game. Here, all right. So we got Bolt over here. Bolt has arrived. He's a VTECHGUY. Unless, should I make you like a Darktide character? Because they have really cool Darktide PNGs. What are you going to play today? The Soldier Man?
Yeah, I'm the veteran.
Are you like, I am no longer VTECHGUY. I'm Warhammer veteran, man.
I'm generic white guy number 2. That's literally usually how it goes in video games. Generic white guy number 2. Oh, brown haired dude, scrubby beard.
So Bolt doesn't know anything about Warhammer.
That's not true.
Okay, what's your favorite Space Marine chapter?
You
like the blue people?
This isn't Space Marines. You can't hit me with that. That's bullshit.
I say that it's because I'm looking for a fucking PNG to give you. I've got 3 Space Marine chapters I'm looking at.
Space Marines are stupid, and I can't say words about
fine. I'll
them
be you with guards.
Taken off. Okay, I have a very strong hatred of Space Marines.
Space Marines.
You're gonna get me on the Space Marine tangent. We haven't got a game yet, right?
Oh Lord.
My take on Space Marines is that it's too much of something is a bad thing, and that is what Halo became with Spartans. The second they started putting in a bajillion Spartans weren't special anymore. It was just like, yeah. And that's exactly what.
Yeah, do you remember that? I always think of that scene from Halo 3 where it's like, where the guy's like, "Oh my god, a Spartan," and he's or the guys are like, "Oh my god, it's a Spartan," and the blind guy is like, "You're fucking with me. There's no way." Like we went from that to having 10 trillion Spartans.
Yeah, and no more.
And in the cutscene, they introduced the Marked IVs. They're like, yeah, so we took away the thing that makes them special because of the mortality rate. So now Spartan Mark IVs are just glorified ODSTs in armor. Because they're like, oh, they just do really intensive training. I'm like, they did intensive training before, but it was the drugs and the genetic survivability that made them Spartans. And like their ability to survive anything. Where's okay, well I need a PNG for you, mister.
Yeah, just look up Darktide veteran or something, you know.
Darktide PNG. We gotta get Bolt situated. He is no longer a VTECHGUY. He does not identify with the VTECHGUYs anymore.
Not identify as VTECHGUY anymore.
The VTECHGUY is. So what's the are we going with the old way the Vice Commandant has died, or do you have a new one? Or are you still sticking with the fact that Orion blew him up in a wheelchair or something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because we never got to complete it, which is, I mean, I could go on.
Sad Bolt hours. We're gonna make you the veteran man.
Because, like, you know, there's a whole untapped storyline we never ever got to play out because you just can't do that without people for that
players.
So that's why I've resorted now.
Bolt has enlisted. Oh my god!
I'm back to Minecraft because I can play that solo or I can play with friends.
Who joined last minute because of their neighbor's router had to be fixed last time? What?
Who joined? Oh, that was me. Remember?
I mean, you didn't really join last minute though.
I started and we did a thing, and then and then I came back and we did a thing, and then.
Now Bolt has enlisted in the Imperial Guard like a true Emperor worshipper.
Oh yeah, we're fighting for Jesus.
So Wolf Siege got unreasonably angry when you left, and it was the funniest thing in the world. He's like, Bolt we didn't want to learn. And I'm like, he didn't have to learn. Just let him pray to Jesus and blow up the funny spaceman.
Yeah, I don't think this is a game where the lore matters. I'm sorry, but Darktide is definitely just a go here, shoot thing game.
It really is, because like I was like, oh, we should play the missions in order. There is no order. They just kind of happen. Like when they tell you there's like little fucking when when they imply there's like a little fucking story to each map, or they're like there's
The
a cohesive
backstory
thing
for
going
this
on,
game
there's not.
is as beautiful and as intricate as Battlefield 2042. There is a story for a multiplayer-only game, but it's all based around the map, and as you find things, but the main objective is just go here, kill stuff.
Basically. All right, let me put this down here, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I'm inviting you, or you're inviting me?
You're inviting me.
All right. Is the moth ready to praise the Emperor for all moth kind?
They need to get more helmets. It's lame. It's really annoying. There's more premium currency helmets than there are like
regular helmets. Yeah.
That's so stupid, guys. Darktide, what are you doing?
Being a bunch of money grubbing shitheads. That's what they're doing.
Put out cool game, then ask for tons of money.
Yeah, put out cool game. Yeah, I already gave you money. Why do you want more money? That's a business model.
Look, at this point, that's why honestly I wait a lot for games to just be free on Epic or something. Like, I didn't touch a lot of games until they became like free on Epic. Epic's like, we've got this cool game we're giving out for free. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Like, I would never touch an NBA game because of the like 2K's, model is already bad enough for wrestling, how it bleeds into that, but man. These two Ogrins are having like a battle. Is there no emotes? Is there? I can't emote in the lobby. Did you send me a party invite, by the way?
Still loading on. I'm looking at a thing that says carry the Emperor's will across the stars. You gotta think whoever came up with the loading screen thought they were being really fucking cute when they were like, oh, instead of putting like traditional gameplay tips, we'll just put rhetoric from the lore. I'm sure everybody will love that. I bet they thought they were being really fucking cute with that, huh, Bull?
They probably did. They're probably like, you don't need to know when a big chaos mutant comes around, shoot him in the toe or something for do triple damage. No. What you need to know is freaking Psalm 35:15. The Emperor said, "Thou shalt not let the Ogren eat cheese after 5 p.m." Yeah.
Thou shalt not feed the Ogren Pop-Tarts, for it is their bedtime, and they will ruin their appetite for breakfast. Alright, so am I online? I should be. I am. Okay, let me invite you then.
Okay.
I don't know why it wouldn't let me invite you. Maybe I'm shadow banned.
Or actually maybe it's shadow banned on freaking thing. Except the Morning Star.
Let me get my phone ready. Moth, are you ready? I'm going to have the moth sit on my shoulder and scream a little moth battle cry. Do moths have mouths, or just some of them do, some of them don't? I wonder.
That's a good question.
I know Luna moths, their entire existence is to breed and then die, and that's their life cycle.
Return in glory, my friend.
Breakfast. Thank you, Moth. Alright. Oh, look at this dude here. What a nerd. I like how these guards like to be passive-aggressive with you sometimes, and you pass by, but they're literally just sitting here doing nothing.
Hey, I got the currency.
Some moths can squeak. Oh, hell yeah, we got the squeaking moths. Are you in this instance with me or no? Let's see, let's try to find Bolt.
Probably not, I don't know. I'm by the premium currency shop.
It's that one lady. Yeah, yeah. Nope. That's okay. That's not the premium currency shop. Where's the stupid lady? Okay, you're not here. Wait, nope. That's not premium currency lady either. Where's the fucking lady?
How many different currencies are there?
Well, that's a good question, actually. Basically, yeah. I kind of fucking hate that. Hey, Ghost Bussy! Wait, this isn't Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, I should probably change it. There's gonna be a lot of games going on today, so I might be fucked. Let's not change it. So Ghostbusters will come at some point, just like Omega. Omega, you're false advertising.
Alright, Pat, just put us into a match. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Do that.
But well, what tier do you want? Can you fuck off, Twitch, please? Twitch is being a fucking asshole. Blowing me up with Pop-Tarts. Did I miss Ghost Pussy? Ghost Pussy's later.
What?
Ghostbusters. We were gonna play Ghostbusters in the morning, but you and I were like, hey, let's do Darktide first. Because we were supposed to do Faz in the morning. And then Bolt knows this because Bolt has this worse than I do. Trying to organize things with people is a nightmare. Yeah, I did it like 2 weeks in advance. I got around with people and I was like, hey, do you guys want to... I'm doing this on this day. What time of day do you want to go and do shit? And they were like, you know, they were vague. They were like, I might be free. I don't know. Like, I wasn't getting any specifics. And then a few days ago, I got, okay, let's do stuff in the morning, like noon. When I say the morning, like my first time block, which is noon to 5 my time. And then last minute, Hattie's house floods, which fair enough. And then everybody else just pieces out. And then one person messaged me just going, oh, can we do the afternoon? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I was going to do Ghostbusters this morning first instead of Faz because everybody just was a vague, difficult, stinky about it. And Bolt was like, Darktide. I'm like, yeah, Darktide. So blame everybody else for the schedule being a mess because I originally did want to pin stuff down, but I realized it would just be easier on my mental health if I just went with the flow and whatever happened. Whatever game ended up happening. So we do have some spooky stuff. We do have Faz still playing. I took Stalker off the docket because I just wasn't feeling Stalker. And yeah, I was not going to play that for like 7 hours if I wasn't feeling it. So Ghostbusters is on the docket. When I get back from dinner later in the evening, we're either going to go to Ghostbusters or we're going to go to Faz. So the plan is we're either going to do... What's going to happen today is we're going to do Darktide for a while. And then after I get back from dinner, I'm going to see who's around. If no one's around, if everybody ditched me again, we're going to do Ghostbusters. And then at 1 a.m. So option A is we do Ghostbusters. And then when I get back at like 1 a.m., we're going to do either Ghostmaster or a bunch of other games that I picked up from Itch.io. If people show up and we end up doing Faz, we're going to do Faz until midnight. We'll do Ghostbusters at 1 a.m. and then we'll do the miscellaneous stuff tomorrow morning. And then I will sleep all Sunday. Everything's up in the air because no one can, for some reason, give me a solidified answer of when they want to come hang out because, of course. And it's not like it's 1 or 2 people. It's like 6 different people who are all like, Tuesday is yellow. And I'm like, God damn it. All right, are we doing 2s or 3s, Bolty Boo? Okay, we'll do a surprise with fries inside. Oh wait, shit! Hold on. Uh-oh. I mean, it's fine. I can hopefully fix this quickly. Nope, never mind. Thank you for the bits, Douglas. How's it going? Thank you for the 24 bits.
Psycho.
I don't know why I didn't make a noise.
Ogrin and a veteran, dude. What we got the full team here. Look at
I need to change my shit. Hold on. How do I?
Level 14,
Social.
15, 22, 15.
I can't change my loadout. Fuck! I didn't want the lightning hands. All right.
I don't know if you can.
But yeah, how's it going, Douglas? Thank you, Douglas. You're a good boy. I'm gonna overhaul the shit out of my layout when I get back from FurPoc. Doug. Douglas, you're lit. Thank you again for the 24 biddies for 24 hours. I assume that's 1 bit an hour. I appreciate it. I love you. Hope you're having a good day, Douglas. I'm gonna graft your name into my arm and be like, look at this man who was nice to me. Hello, Douglas. So, which one are you, Bolt? The one in the middle without the hat? Where's your hat? Where's your helmet?
Veteran, of course. I'm saving up to get a helmet.
Hang on 1 second. Where?
This So the Imperial Ultimate Edition or whatever gives you a bandana. It gives you a little skull mask.
Yeah, I know
don't
the
know
music
too
was a bit
crazy.
loud. Yeah, I turned it down a bit, Moth. I realized that myself. I was like, this is going to be a bit loud. We're not going to be
this
able to
is a
hear
loud
me in
game.
bold.
You have to turn it down.
Yeah. So I
So
turned it down a bit for
Really straight
y'all.
down.
Let me know if it's too low, Moth, but I think it should be good now. All right. Yeah, how you guys doing? Simple as. So, what did you name your other characters if you made one yet? Are you just going to name them different variants of Bolt, Jolt, Holt, Yolt?
Potentially. I haven't made any other characters.
You should do that. Just that name scheme. Like, I'm Yolt, this is Jolt, that's Colt, that's Volt.
I like it.
I love playing randoms when everybody just rushes ahead. It's fucking
Yeah,
great.
dude, they were running.
I played around last night because I got into an argument with Little Siege about something. Oh! I almost died. And I couldn't sleep, so I was going like, oh shit. Well, remember, don't shoot the green floating lady. That's like Witch for Left 4 Dead.
Sure.
Yeah, because she'll instantly kill you, and we won't have enough damage to... It's like the Witch from Left 4 Dead, basically.
She's stationary.
Yes. I mean, the Witch from Left 4 Dead was originally stationary. She didn't used to walk
She
around.
used to sit down, and then she decided to start walking around.
Yeah, so... Uh-oh, someone pissed off the Witch. Bolt, run!
Why are you hitting me?
Why did you shoot the Witch?
Oh, she just really hates me because I'm the lowest level.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm down. Oh, they killed it.
Kill a monstrosity in 20 seconds or less. Thanks, I really contributed.
I got that achievement
I
too.
really contributed to the family.
Yeah, we really helped with that fight.
Awaiting rescue. Are you dead also?
No, I was gonna die though. No respite!
Is this you and me? No?
Yeah, basically. We're just kind of here. Our teammates are just carrying us.
No, you're still alive. I'm at like
Whoa!
the area they have to come.
I'm gonna come help you.
I'm chilling.
I will save you, rival. The new family. Welcome to the family, son.
Yeah, it's like the family from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Grandpa's over here. They gotta feed him milk or something.
So I normally don't like. Oh fuck, I'm down. I normally don't like hang out on Reddit at all, but I've recently been getting more and more into it for Fable stuff because I went on there and I'm like, fuck it, I want to make a post because I can't get my
series?
The what?
The video game series Fable?
Yeah, Fable. Yeah, the video game series. Well, I got Fable 3 and I was trying to get my controller to work for it because I know you could play Fable 3 with a controller. And so, thanks guys.
You dead?
Yeah. Anyways, I was trying to get my controller to work for Fable 3 and I went onto Reddit and I've been on there more and more. And I for some reason, like when you're on Reddit, how it works is like when you're scrolling down your page looking at different things, they'll give you recommendations. And so since Fable is a video game series, as you correctly remembered, I got for some reason a bunch of online only games, which is funny. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre Reddit really fucking hates that game.
That's
like without exaggeration, every post is just why this game is bad in specifics, and it's fucking beautiful.
I enjoy the game, but I also got the game for free, so I'm not the best.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, I'm not the best. Example of someone spent their heart out on a game that's always online only, and that you have to have someone play as Leatherface, and at least the game is crossplay. You know what? I'll give it that compared to a lot of other always online games.
Oh, you know how
and you
like for like Friday the 13th or all those other like Dead by Daylight basically ripoffs, right?
Yeah.
You know how they come up with terminology and shorthand language for things?
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite turn of phrase that I've read, I've never played this game, I don't even own it, but apparently I don't know how to explain this because I don't play the game, I don't know the context, but I read a sentence that absolutely threw me on one of the posts, which was, Survivors were down and out of the garage in 20 minutes, and Grandpa didn't even wake up. And it's just a picture of this Grandpa sleeping in a chair, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Apparently, Grandpa is crucial to the survivors' defeat, and he just didn't bother getting out of the chair, and the guy was mad about it.
Yeah, because Grandpa tells you where they're at. He's like, I smell the people running.
I like the idea of a Grandpa being crucial, because it just sounds like something you would set up. It's like, alright guys, you gotta avoid Grandpa. Grandpa's gonna tell you where the smelly ones are. You're gonna have to skin them. That hallway is very violent.
I know, I gotta go.
Oh my god.
Great. Where did I put that thing in? Hey, sorry if there's like a man trying to eat the toes. Well,
Grandpa just like, I smell minorities. Thank you, Omega. Welcome back.
Dang it, the boomer. We're almost to you. We're so close. I got you.
We still gotta force Omega. We still gotta force Morgana to play Dokapon Kingdom. We gotta drag him in there. What is this? Oh.
Please tell me this is ammo or something. Nope, okay. I love
Dokapon Kingdom! Bolt, have you ever played Dokapon Kingdom?
Nope, never heard of her.
Never heard of her. I think you would like it. It's a game where you get to play with a bunch of people and people get mad at each other and it gets fucking wild and you can... It's like Mario Party, but feudalism. Oh god.
Okay.
Well, we're having some problems. I don't know if you've noticed.
I'm getting eaten by them.
Dokapon Kingdom, help me! Well, that's our run gone. Oh wait, nope. One guy made it, two guys made it.
Yeah, Lida's out here.
Three guys made it. Nope, the Ogren got knocked down off a cliff. And so did I.
There ain't no way.
You watch the Runaway guys played it, it's wild.
The Call of Duty dogs are going wild tonight.
Well, I am getting beaten to death with a giant stone by a man who can't spell or read.
Man, my health is all the way in the purple. I don't know what that means, but that's not good.
Oh, that's not good. You're basically dead. So, purple is your Chaos Affliction. So how much you've been corrupted by the warp. And the more you interact with Chaos and get touched by Chaos, the more your health permanently goes down until you heal.
The Chaos touched me.
Basically. You get touched by Anti-Jesus. The devil pooped on your health bar.
He has a name, by the way.
What, Anti-Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, the Antichrist, right, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Anti-Jesus, Antichrist. Funny thing, if Morgana gets his PS2 emulator, sir, we could do the original Dokapon Kingdom with Hamachi. You can get PS2 games working with Hamachi? What the fuck?
That's kind of impressive.
Well, these men over here. This man's got a boil in place of his eyeball.
Parsec, honestly.
Well, Parsec, how many players does Parsec have? Just two? I feel like with a Hamachi you could have more, right?
Have on the console. So what is that, like 4? I mean, you
I
can
don't
play
know.
up to 8 people also.
Funny.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
It also is depending on
So,
how good your internet is and their internet too.
I'm looking at this dude, these 3 dudes that are guarding me. These 2 other guys have tactical masks and protective gear.
Oh, you both are...
And there's a guy in the middle that doesn't have any protective gear, and so now he's got a big boil on his left eye.
I don't know.
It's interesting to know.
She's getting attacked by...
You're getting attacked by the Slug Queen from Resident Evil. Congratulations.
Please just get someone. Get one of them. Come on, Lida.
Oh, this man really said I'm going to solo the boss instead of help.
I know, I saw that.
Dokapon is 4-player? Nice.
What happens when we have someone who's a bastard just runs far away from the team. The whole team's right here too. Just need to go. What the heck?
Well, see you later, Lydia. Latiala.
Hello?
See you later, skater.
She, like,
We're over here. We're over here having a great time just sitting in the goo, huh?
Yeah, it's nasty. It's Fanta. That's what that is.
Don't you wanna?
Well, that was fun. That's me right
You
there.
fail the
I
Emperor.
wonder how I ended up in this situation.
You told Jesus he's stinky and he left you to die.
Let's not merge the strike teams.
You're like, no, fuck these people.
Yeah. Alright, maybe level 2 isn't so bad. I mean,
Alright, well, you want to do some 2s?
Yeah, 3 was a little...
3 is a little rough for 2 people, yeah. 2 plus 3 equals chair.
For 2 people that are very under-leveled, probably.
I mean, 3s are normally fine, but I didn't want to take the lightning powers. I wanted to take the funny crystals.
See, I'm just guy with gun. That's my ability. Nothing special. See, I'm just guy with gun.
I'm going to throw fucking holistic healing crystals at your head, Bolt.
Does my guy at least get like a turret or something crazy? Like every generic soldier who gets a turret in every game.
That would be,
you know.
But no. I was thinking of that too in Borderlands with the turret thing.
I feel like that's a very generic like soldier ability is take a turret. So. All right, did I even get any money from that? 33,000 now. Nothing for my head. I think I got a new shirt unlocked. Yeah, look at that. The Mobian Pinot Battalion.
Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh, I can unlock a new outfit. Let's go,
I got a
gamers.
pretty cool little outfit. Look at me. Look at the castle over here.
I'm gonna be a new pretty Barbie girl. I got the Scarlet Witch's Remnant.
This game lets me do Barbie dress up also. Look at that. Is there really only like 4 backpacks?
Probably.
Gosh,
I asked Fixer if they did anything, and he said no. And I'm like, then what's the fucking point? He goes, oh, I don't know.
Cosmetics.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money for a cosmetic. Does it not like give you more space or something? Wait, when did I get this red one? What the fuck?
My problem is...
Oh, I
just
completed
add some
Penance
colors.
Fight.
Like, very clearly they're doing that with the other armors. Is like, this is the blue armor, this is the red armor, this is the green armor. You know, do that with the backpacks. Be like, this is the red backpack. Only, like...
Yeah, you would know the story of the backpacks.
Okay. Look at that. 2 backpacks. Green and blue. Which one do you want? Or gray? You want green or gray? You only get alright. At least the Psyker Veteran and Zealot can use the backpack. At least they decided the backpack can be used for multiple people.
Alright, let me...
Nice doing business with you.
I got a cool new drip fit. Look at this. You're gonna be excited when you see this one.
Oh, I bet. I have a new, slightly darker uniform, I guess. I don't know. I think I fucked up putting it on.
See, I'm not crazy about the las guns, but this auto gun, it still is like...
Hey, oh yeah, I got a new talent point, right.
Let's go back to this dude and see if he's got anything. Not this guy. Who is it?
Your riches,
Armor exchange, I think.
What the fuck? This doesn't match at all.
Got the bolt gun.
Okay, interesting. Oh, I have a new uniform. Hooray.
Nice.
Bolt gun for Bolty Boo. Wait, did my other thing not save? What the fuck? I think my brain is just off today. Because I just woke up, like, not even a couple hours ago. Not even a couple hours ago. Like, I want to say 40 minutes, 50 minutes ago. Like, technically an hour ago. I woke up at 10, went back to sleep, woke up at 11:50, and then got up. So I've been up for a total... I've been alive for a total of an hour.
Dang.
Alright. I have my funny... I think I'm pretty sure I do. Let me make sure, because the game's being weird. I'm going to delete this one. Yeah. We're going to do spiky hands for a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Whenever you're ready, Bolty Boo, we can start doing some 2s.
Set her up, set her up.
Alright.
Daisy, come here.
Daisy, why are you being stinky?
Alright. Tertium Hive.
What the hell's happening now?
Whatever this thing's called.
Oh my god, look at that ogre over there.
Yeah, we got a Zealot and an Ogre.
We got the whole
Team
team,
is back.
yeah.
Yeah, we got Bones
We get it.
Evan.
Oh, well, never mind.
I'm out of here. What a generic name for an ogre. What? No, come on. Yeah. No,
3 people, let's go!
Please tell me they give us an AI.
Probably.
Please tell me this is one of those games where
Evan really said, I'm out, homies. Proper cohesion in this game? Nah, B.
Nah.
Alright, I gotta know, what is this like playing with Rocker?
I mean, it's just the same thing as playing with anybody
Okay.
else. We just go in a very linear, straight line and kill everything in the path.
Alright.
I mean, it's not complex. As someone who's played Arma and have people who go through like 72 long hour briefings just for an objective that you go here and you just absolutely shoot anything that moves, this is one of those games. There's not much like... There's maybe like one objective I can think of that I've done where it was like, go over here, play Tetris on the skull, and then go over here, defend, go over here, play Tetris on the skull, defend. You know, that was probably as complex as it got outside of go here, shoot everything.
So to answer the Moth's question, the Moth Boy, how many classes are there? There's 4. There's the Psyker, which is what I am, the Magic Man. There's the Veteran, which is generic Soldier Man, which is what Bolt is. There's the Zealot, which is Melee Man. And then there's the Ogren, which is the Tank. So you've got melee, ranged, magic, and tank, essentially. Everybody has guns, everybody has melee. Only I have magic. But everybody's role is meant specifically for a thing, even though you can do all of the things.
And
If that makes sense.
most.
Veteran sucks the most.
But I'm playing it because gun.
You don't have to think with veteran, you just shoot.
You just shoot. Just have a good time, shoot. It's also more of a challenge, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're over here shooting balls over
Magic crystals, that magic homing crystals. I just kind of turn my brain off and click.
I think game developers get mad when they realize they made a better game like 10 years ago. They're like, ah, shit, people want to play that game 10 years ago now.
I think they're mad that they were really. There's a Last of Us dev that's infamous for this, but I think game developers get mad when they really truly believe that their game was good and then no one liked it, or some people didn't like it. Like I don't remember the developer's name, but there's a game developer for Last of Us 1 and 2. I think he worked on the first one. I know he worked on the second one. A bunch of people didn't like the second one, and he had a fucking major freak out on Twitter. Like, I get it. There, not just for video games, but I get the idea of you were really invested in something, or you thought something was a really good idea, and it turned out to be bad, and it's hard to like accept that because you're really emotionally invested with it, and you're really convinced like this was a good call, and it's just a bad fucking idea. Neil Cuckman! Is there plans to add another class? People keep saying that. They said that. I've heard the rumors of there's supposed to be 6 classes now instead of fucking 4. I think that's the same thing with what happened to Sia.
By the end of it.
That's what people have been saying, like 5 or 6 or whatever. But I think it's the same case of a rumor online fucking spread everywhere. Like ye olde gossip back in the day. When you were a kid and it'd be like that thing of, oh, if you beat Ocarina of Time backwards under 2 hours, you get to see Zelda's boobs, or the whole naked Tomb Raider thing, right? Oh, fuck!
It's like...
I need your help. Oh, help.
It's like garlic phone,
The same thing happened with Sea of Thieves, where there was a rumor for like 12 million years of they're going to add the Ship of the Line that fits 6 players. And it's like, nah, that's just all rumors. I don't think they're going to be adding 2 more classes to this. They made the game they set out their make, and they're gonna microtransaction it to hell and back. Like,
I think they might do one more, like with Vermintide, how they added one more, but I think Vermintide.
Neil Cuckman.
I think with Vermintide, it was to give people that extra class to pick from because they're kind of stupid and like you can't have a full squad endorsed. Whereas like this, we could all be Ogrins or whatever, which is nice. But
yeah,
I think maybe that's why they did it there. But I'm gonna be honest. If I am a greedy developer and I said money,
Money.
I want money. I want all the monies. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm making a 5th class, it's a Space Marine. I know every single person out there has been like, well, that wouldn't make fun for the balance of the game. I'm like, so? Like, I chose money over balance or whatever. Plus, at that point, you just make a bigger, stronger enemy to face the Space Marine. But
I hit the button.
think about it this way, okay? I make a 5th character a Space Marine. Guess what? He's blue,
I mean,
he's green, he's red. He has different little backpacks.
I mean,
he can jump and fly or something.
as weird as I feel like lore fanboys would freak out about, like a Space Marine being in a penal legion for like my lore, my canon, all that shit. But I don't think it would be that unreasonable because there have been Space Marine chapters that have been sent on a penitent crusade. Like, it would probably piss everybody off and cause a huge lore like tism, but honestly, if you just made them like a Lamenter Space Marine or something, or made them like a Space Marine that was under the custody of the Minotaurs or whatever that one chapter's called, it wouldn't be that unreasonable. Like, people, like, Space Marines get in trouble sometimes. They, like, the Marines, Malevolent, the Angry Marines, like, some of them are assholes, so it wouldn't be that unreasonable. The only valid reason I could see it not being a Space Marine, especially for the context of this game, is because Space Marines are expensive. Like, well, a Space Marine being here is like saying, oh, an Abrams crew got in trouble, so we're going to make them, like, go hang out with the shitheads. Like, that's possible. That could happen, but is it? Probably not, unless the Abrams crew, like, did something really bad. Like, it's all about how expensive it is. It's really expensive to train people to drive and shoot an Abrams, so they're generally not going to want to put those guys in, like, a troublesome spot or put them in like a bad boy company or whatever, right? Until it would be absolutely necessary. Here, making a Space Marine is expensive and costly. They got to use this thing called a gene seed, which is like a medical marvel. They got to pay for the expensive weapons and equipment and armor. They got to train them. They got to ferry their big ass around. So, as much as I'd be with you and like, hell yeah, it'd be really cool to have a Space Marine, that's probably not going to happen. Because the Imperium of Man would not send a Space Marine here.
For me, I'm just looking at the perspective of I'm a game developer and I love money and I want as much fucking money as possible.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like, dude, there is an untapped refinery of people who love 40k that the only thing they'll ever stop talking about is Space Marines. So you add Space Marines to this and that's the boom. That's the thing.
Someone in chat said, how about a Sister of Battle? And that would probably be more reasonable and probably more likely, honestly, because a sister.
You also get the only 40k people too.
Yeah, you get the hot armored flamer lady.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. You get the best of both worlds, right? Because then.
Yeah. Sisters of Battle are why there are no female Space Marines. They are the female Space Marines. They're the female equivalent of the Space Marine.
So Rocker in my chat said the main reason people play this because it's not a Space Marine centric game. That's why I'm playing this game. Because I did not like all those little other, I can't even think of them right now, but I played at least 2 or 3 of them with Jake and some of the guys, like Orion, like way back in the day. But
yeah,
and there was some games that it was this game, but it was just Space Marines. You know.
Oh, fucking! You're thinking of not Darktide. It's the one where they're on the derelict. Fuck, I know which one you're talking about. I played that like maybe once or twice. I barely touched it. I barely touched it. It's fuck. What the hell was that called? It's where you're the 4 Space Marines on the derelict. It's based off the board game. What the fuck was that called?
No, all I know is that they had like chaplains and some stuff going on there.
Yeah, I know. They had the library of the chaplain, all that other shit.
But it was basically this game, but it was Space Marines, and like that's the whole reason I'm playing this game is because I want to explore the part of 40k where it's not just the thing talked about the most, which is kind of like why like Gavin and I love
Space Hulk. Thank you, fucking hell, Diglett. Oh god, that was bothering me. It was Space Hulk.
Space Marine 1 and 2 and Bolt Gun feature unlimited number of Space Marines for a reason. True.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, the fucking Warhammer Space Marine was fun. If you want to go play a Space Marine, just play that game. I'm excited for the second one. I recently played. What the fuck was that RTS called? What's the original? God, I keep forgetting the name. So Patches, did you see my my platinums? I did. I saw that in Morgana's Discord. Yeah. What the fuck is that game called? Not. God, I'm blanking on all of the names of the games. What's the RTS called, Bolt? I don't think you would know.
Dawn of War.
Dawn of War, yeah.
The only reason I remember is because I bought a graphics card one time, and they were like, "Here's this free game," and I thought it was okay. You know, I mean,
I recently played Dawn of War the first time, and I could see the hype around it, like the base game version of it, like the original one, not any of the DLCs or any of the crazy shit.
People tell me that the first and second one are better than the third one.
I can see why people liked it. I liked it, but I feel like the reason I bring it up is if you really want Space Marines, you could also just go play Dawn of War, because Dawn of War has really good Space Marine centric shit.
Is there a game that combines like the best of all the worlds? Kind of like, for instance, like I love Total War.
Dawn of War, basically.
Because it combines everything. You got.
You mean like fantasy and 40k? Probably
no,
fucking
no,
not.
Like that. I mean like 40k where I can have my normal dudes, like my veteran, guy out there, but then I can have my little Zealot and my Ogren. I can have a little 40k.
The answer, well, okay, they don't have the classes from this game, I don't think, but Dawn of War is the answer. If you got,
it's a strategy or it's a. I can't remember if Dawn of War had normal dudes. I thought it was all.
Yeah, they did. So Dawn of War, I played the base game recently. I know the DLCs have various factions. I don't remember what faction belongs to what DLC, but all the DLCs.
Arma 3.
Yeah, Arma 3. Well, yeah, Arma 3.
The Ultimate has everything game.
I know Dawn of War when I played it. I played the base game. They had the Blood Ravens. They had the Imperial Guard. Not the Blood Ravens. Yeah, the Blood Ravens. No, Blood Angels? Fuck that.
I gotta Google it because I think I took multiple health things.
Blood Ravens. It was Blood Ravens. Because I literally played this like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was the Blood Ravens. So the first game has the Imperial Guard, the Blood Ravens, the Orcs, the fucking the Eldar, the Chaos Space Marines. So yeah, Dawn of War would be your fix, Bolt, because I didn't play any of the DLCs, but I know some of the DLCs have introduced factions, newer factions into them. Dark Eldar, Sisters of Battle, shit like that. Have fun, Omega. Oh, you aren't talking about God of War? God of War is awesome. I'm gonna lurk and play some Soma, because haha, Soma these nuts in your mouth. I didn't really get into Soma. I don't like walking simulators.
Is that thing where I could have like a little strategy battle be like the Space Marines versus the Death Corps Krieg versus the Tau or whatever.
Yes, but not those factions. Well, it's mods, baby. I'm sure you could find a mod for what you want.
Yeah, most definitely. Because like Warhammer 3, that's what I love, where I can have little Keystone dudes or little Elf dudes versus the Demon dudes.
Yeah. I wish they made a fucking... There's a Dawn of War DLC I want to get my hands on. I think it's called... I don't remember what it's called. But it's not Soulstorm. Soulstorm has this too, but there's a DLC I want to get for Dawn of War where it's like it's basically a mini Warhammer 3 where it's like an open map and you can do like big battles and skirmish battles and shit. I don't think they're going to make a 40k version of Warhammer Total War 3, which I can understand why they wouldn't do that, but that still sucks.
Target pacification.
I feel like as much work and crazy amount of work that they've put into Total War Warhammer 3, I feel like they have the resources and like technical skill to make a 40k version like officially. I just don't think they would want to. For two reasons. Number one, is it going to make any money? Probably not. Even if it is going to make some money back, people are going to just bitch, moan, and complain about my lore, my canon, my accuracy. Because the annoying thing about things like Star Wars or Warhammer or Halo is when fans get a very specific way in their heads on how a certain tip of lore is supposed to work, if that isn't the way it works every time, all the time, they're gonna lose their fucking shit. And there's no way in the all Christ of hell that the Warhammer devs, like, there's no way in hell if they made a 40k version of Total War that everything would work exactly like how people think it should, if that makes sense. Like, they're gonna make 40k work with the mechanics of Total War, obviously, and that's probably not gonna be how people think certain units should work. Like, Space Marines obviously would be like a super unit if you had them in that universe, right? Like, Guardsmen, you could reasonably put them in a line. It'd be stupid, but whatever. But all the other factions, at that point, they're really not going to be like big line battles and shit. They're going to work. Yeah, they're probably going to want it to be discount Dawn of War.
Total War as a game, that's why it'd be basically nearly impossible to do, you know, come into World War II, go into Vietnam, the modern day period, you know, do some space stuff, because you're not doing the line battles anymore at that point.
Yeah.
It'd be all very, you know, individual based units, I feel like, which is just
a game they could do. A way they could do it, that I know they wouldn't do it, but they could get away with it, is if they just made an official version of Warhammer Chapter Master.
The thing is that the Total War thrives off of, you have to have cannon fodder units, you know, and sometimes there's just not a cannon fodder unit to use, yeah.
I'm sure you could just make one up.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've noticed that people in certain fandoms, when you add a new element to that fandom, people get mad because they're like, that's not how that was like before. It's like, okay, well, let's make new things now, asshole. Obviously, the exception to the rule is, I think the people that are valid when they get mad about new things are the people that get mad at Halo Reach, because Halo Reach really just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about the game, not the event.
As much as I love Halo Reach, like, that is the thing that really over. Like,
they really just did not give a shit about the fact that all of this. They really just did not give a shit that all of this. Well, that too, yeah. Like, all the Spartans died on Reach, and also there was all this new technology that wasn't present in the other 3 games, because fuck you, that's why. They really said, fuck your consistency, we want money and new technology. Oh fuck, it's on fire up here.
Oh god, I'm not about that one. Veterans do not do good with fire.
Am I a bad person for enjoying the Halo TV show? Not really. You're allowed to enjoy media.
I was like, I don't know. I'll see it.
Yeah, I don't really watch any TV show adaptations. People told me the Twisted Metal TV adaptation was actually okay. I watched it, and I'm like, no, this is really cringy and bad. I'm out. If you want to enjoy it, enjoy it. I just don't. It's not even the way they wrote the characters. It's just the actors aren't doing their roles that great. Like, it feels like a comedy sketch being done by College Humor. It just feels wrong, if that makes sense. Because here's the thing, right? The beautiful thing about Twisted Metal, I think Twisted Metal is the perfect series you could do as a TV show adaptation, because every single iteration of Twisted Metal is completely different. So there's no lore, there's no canon for people to cry about. They can still cry about it, but they're wrong. Because there is no definitive version of all those characters. They are literally different every game. Like, there's like 7 different versions of fucking Sweet Tooth, the most famous character, the clown with the fire head, right? So my problem isn't the fact of the interpretations of the show, which is what a lot of people are getting pissy about, because they're like, it's that thing I mentioned earlier of they have a headcanon, and if that headcanon isn't respected, they get pissy. I've seen people go, oh, this driver wouldn't be like that, or Sweet Tooth wouldn't be like that, and it's like, yeah, he would. It's because, like, literally every version of him is different, so you can make whatever the fuck you want. I just think the actors aren't doing a good job, acting. Oh, fuck. Well, we're dead.
Dang.
I don't know. I just feel like the actors could be better. I like the concept, I like the idea, but the show's execution isn't just great. I just don't think anybody's doing their roles really well. Sweet Tooth's okay in some scenes, but
Speaking of people not doing their roles, oh my gosh.
yeah. I thought it was shit, but they still enjoyed it. So Zabis, an old estranged person who I was in a Halo group with, got fucking. I said like people got mad about that part in the show where what's his face, Master Chief did the big sex, and fucking Zabis got into an argument with me. I'm like, that shouldn't be a thing. No, and he's like, yeah, it is. And then we had this big, deep-seated argument, and he pointed out the one Spartan, the one time that had sex, and he's like, therefore, that scene is fine. And I'm like, no, the Spartans shouldn't be having sex. Like, they just shouldn't. This one obtuse Spartan, this one time that had a baby and a family, went all fucking like AWOL. That is the exception to the rule, not the rule. Master Chief should not be boning. Master Chief is concerned about the war. He's not concerned about getting his dick wet.
Master Chief, of all
people. Yeah, that dude's got trauma 6 ways from Sunday. He didn't have a childhood, and he was bred for war. He does not want to bone anybody.
I feel like there could have been, I don't know.
The big fuck.
I feel like there could have been like more focused on like other things. Like there's some like bigger problems, instead of like we gotta get Master Chief's ass on screen by the end of this.
Yeah, instead of Master Chief doing the fuck, how about we get another interpretation of like his internal conflicts and feelings? Like, because I really like the comic version of Chief more than I like even the video game version of Chief. Because a lot of people like the video game version of Master Chief, right? Because he's got the cool one-liners and he's fun to play as. But the comic version of Chief is actually like really interesting. He's got a bunch of different retrospectives and reflections on events. He takes time to ponder and consider his actions and how he got to where he got. Like, if you read his story on how he got recruited into the Spartan program and all the events that happened, it's really fucking cool. And then you've got Halo Chief, who's like, Oonga boonga, time to fuck a woman. Look at my butt. It is very well carved.
Oh, you'll be fine. I mean, what can go wrong?
I really wish like we got more. Also, video game adaptations have gotten wild, right, Bolt? But have you seen that? So you do know who Raymond is? Like the guy with the no arms and like the wiggly hands, and he's with like Raymond's raving rabbits and all that. The platformer guy.
Yeah. No, that sounds familiar.
So for some reason, someone just decided to give the French access to all of Ubisoft's IPs. I don't know why this happened.
Look at chat.
So
Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
Yeah.
So someone, I don't know why, but for some reason, a French studio, Ubisoft was just like, you can have all of our IPs, go crazy. And they made a show based off Far Cry Blood Dragon, but they decided to just use a bunch of random Ubisoft IPs in it for some reason. So, what's the name of the show? It's like a complicated thing. It's called Far Cry Blood Dragon Remix or something. Let me see. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon Remix is the name of the show. It's made by a French studio. And they've just decided to go balls to the wall with Ubisoft's IPs. There's some other crazy shit that happened in the show, but Raymond, so basically there's like a bunch of different like semi-famous characters you recognize, like Raymond, who are newscasters and like on the show. And Raymond's kind of an asshole. But he's like one of the main like popular newscasters, right? They did like a Scooby-Doo Velma thing on him. They made him like a big jerk. I don't know why, but okay. And there's a quick scene that has blown up all over the internet. That was my first introduction to the show, where for some reason they decided to have Raymond, of all people, a guy from a kids to dark, like, okay. The first Raymond game and a couple other Raymond games and Raymond's Raving Rabbits, like, little white bunny rabbits that were in Mario. Most of it's kid-friendly. two of the Rayman games aren't kid friendly. They're kind of like edgy, dark, teenage, PG-13, but they're still for, you know, adolescents, right? So take this character in consideration, like akin to like Pikachu, right? Or like fucking Hello Kitty. Like it's generally for younger audiences, for like anywhere from like dark, edgy teens to like young kids, right? They decided in their infinite wisdom, this studio in this show that just has a bunch of random Ubisoft IPs, to have Rayman be eating. Okay, what I'm about to tell you isn't a bit. It's not something I pulled out of my ass. It's not generated from ChatGPT. Okay, there's a scene in that show which I can send you where Rayman is eating sushi off of a furry cow female's ass while watching TV.
What the hell?
Did you comprehend everything that just came out of me? Rayman is eating sushi off of a cow lady's ass while watching TV in one scene.
Why?
I don't know. So again, someone just decided to tell the French or be like, hey, French people, go crazy, I guess. And so they're just doing whatever the fuck they want with the show. And it's kind of crazy.
Fair enough.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Sergeant Major, your operatives' reports lack sufficient data. I must know everything that occurs.
Yeah? Like you're not already listening in to every Vox channel on the Morning Star already?
Where is it? Raymond Cow. I'm going to put this in chat so everybody can see this magical scene because I can't. I found the screenshot, but I can't find the fucking video, which is fun. We're stopping everything to watch this scene together as a class. Well, I mean, we're not going to watch it together, but I will put it in the chat so you can enjoy it at your leisure. Where the fuck? I gotta go to Twitter. I hate going to Twitter. All my homies hate Twitter. You think Elon Musk is ever going to get over the fact that no one's going to call it X unless they have to?
Yeah, I don't know. Unless there's like enough time goes by, they'll call it that. But the problem is, it's still called Twitter.com. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not called X.com.
Because he didn't want to give that up because he didn't want someone else starting their own Twitter because he knew people would rush to that and be like, hey ho, Cotton Eye Joe.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Real.
But you could just you could hold the domain hostage. You could literally just buy it and hold it hostage for a very long time.
Well, that's why he didn't release it, is because someone could do that. Because he still owns the Twitter domain. He still owns these assets. He's just trying to get everybody to call it X. He didn't want to give up the Twitter. I found it. All right, cool.
I guess he does not own X.com.
Let's go put this in chat real quick. You can all watch this great scene from a classic legend that the French decided to besmirch because apparently we're just in the era of we're gonna make all of childhood whimsy awful for no particular reason.
That's funny.
We're just gonna be edgy for the sake of being edgy.
The Twitch CEO got denied from being a partner.
What?
He said, for anyone that got denied being a partner from Twitch, don't feel bad. I just got my partner application denied. I did not tell anyone I was applying. Need to keep at it and hopefully get there one day. So if you don't know, the Twitch CEO does stream with DJ Clancy. I think he does a lot of like more like real life stuff. Just kind of vibing, you know what I mean? Kind of vibing, just kind of walking around.
Dude, the fact that he's not just giving himself partner, I feel like is more douchey than him just giving himself partner. Like the fact that he's trying to pretend he's like, I'm one of you guys. I'm playing by the same rules. It's like, don't. Just stop. I fucking hate higher up executives that try this shit to where they try to still be down to earth. Like, dude, you're an executive at a company. Stop. I hate greedy corporate soulless shitbags as much as the next person, right? But I can respect them a little more when they're honestly evil Like, the Waltons can burn in hell for the rest of time. But the one credit you can give them is at least they're honest. They're upfront. They're like, fuck the poor people, fuck the peasants. We're ultra rich. Gargle my balls. This new breed, this new generation of like young entrepreneurs and young executives trying to still be like one of the people. Like, dude, you're the Twitch CEO. Fuck off. Give yourself partner. Use your powers. No one cares. No one's respecting you for being for trying to be one of us. You're not one of us. You're not a regular dude anymore. You're a fucking CEO. The only time I've ever been like, all right, you know what, fair enough to like someone with a powerful position. I forget what country it is. Maybe it was Venezuela. I don't know. But there was a president of a country who was like, he took a salary cut so there could be more money into the government to help with social services and shit, and he lived on like $7,000 a month of his money, and I'm like, or of his country's money, and I'm like, you know what, fair enough, dude. But that's the exception to the rule. That's not the rule. I feel like if I was a vice president or like some upper executive, you bet your candy ass I'd be like abusing that shit, because, you know, why not? Everybody and anybody would be a greedy piece of shit with money. Like, obviously, I'm not going to forget my friends. I would spoil the shit out of everybody I know. Are you kidding me? If I was like the vice president of tomorrow of like a powerful company, I'm giving like everybody I know a lump sum of a crazy amount of money and making all of our lives better. This down-to-earth, humble shit can suck my dick. I'm gonna be like, fuck it. Here, you know what, Bolt? If I can make it happen, here's $25K. Here, yeah, I hate Rocker still, but you know what, Rocker? Here's $25K. Random homeless man on the street, here's $25K. Like, fuck this idea of I'm down to earth. I'm not like the other CEOs. I'm not like the other executives. No, fuck that. Abuse your power. Be a greedy shithead. It's the American dream. Come on now, be honest. No one's buying it, dude. The day that there's a benevolent executive is the day the sun's gonna explode, alright? Just fucking own up to it. Like, Bull, tell me, if tomorrow, if you got $250,000, even cash, no taxes, no bullshit, how would you react? What would you do first?
I'm just buying a house.
See?
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's not much money, bro, nowadays in this economy. Like, that's...
Yeah, but, like, you're not going to be like, no, man, I'm still the humble old Bolt you all know. No, you're fucking buying a house. You're doing something extravagant. Patchy, what kind of bad luck have your life so far? And not judging you for it.
With that too, you know?
Yeah, like, you'd splurge. You'd act like someone of that status at that point. You wouldn't still pretend like, oh, I'm just a humble guy who pays the rent like everybody else. Like, bullshit.
Buy an extra pepperoni pizza, extra cheese on it.
I don't know, man. Fucking. So, does any of the other Twitch staff act like that, or is it just the CEO?
I didn't even know there was Twitch staff.
What do you mean? It's like moderators and shit, and like finance people.
I thought they were all just like, you know, in a vault somewhere, hiding out.
Well, remember, Twitch is owned by Amazon, so there are adults with suits now around.
True.
There's got to be like a CFO and a COO and all that shit.
Yeah, but the CEO, he lurks among us. He's one of us, bro.
He's not. That motherfucker makes more money than I will ever make in my life.
I don't know. He seems pretty
like, I'm not saying he's a bad person, but I do think it's douchey that he's not accepting who he is now. Like, you're a CEO, dude. Stop it.
I think he's a very interesting character of like, he's just walking around, he's just kind of just streaming and whatnot, you know, like, I think this is just kind of funny. Like, it's just a cool little thing of like, because like, okay, the CEO of YouTube or whatever, like Susan, right, or whatever, like, you don't see her being like, I'm just gonna walk around and stream or play some Mario Kart with the grandkids or something.
I mean,
you know, so at least this guy is like, I don't know what he's really doing. He's, you know, probably, I think he makes music or something, but like, I
mean, I guess being the CEO of Twitch isn't as cool as like the YouTube CEO, because Twitch is like the biggest streaming platform ever, right? But
well, yeah,
they're owned by Amazon, and Amazon pretty much calls the shots relatively, so, you know.
Yeah, but at least, like I said, with like, I don't know any like big. Like, here's a prime example. Like Major Nelson, that guy will die on the mountain if it's painted green with a white, green and white axe or whatever. Like he will die on that mountain. So he became like the poster head of like I'm gonna play Xbox all day every day. You know what I mean? I don't really see
Jesus.
that with like PlayStation or like the YouTube thing, or at least the DJ dudes. He doesn't seem like he's going crazy, at least from my perspective. Like a casual, stream dude.
I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad person. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, but just own up to who you are. That's all I want. I think it's worse to try to pretend you're something you're not for like street cred. I mean, maybe that's not what he's doing. Maybe he's genuinely just chilling out. That's fine. That's whatever. But I don't
kind
know.
of like Notch and like Gabe. Like when they got the money, like Gabe Newell, when they got all the money. Also, everyone's telling you to start up a damn match.
I haven't got that in my chat, and you haven't said that yet either.
No, in my chat.
I know.
Tell Patch will start up a damn match.
No chat, no missions for you. We're gonna walk around for another 10 minutes.
Dude, you literally gave me base simulator in this game. It's just
Base
walking around.
simulator.
Yeah, you're just walking around that stupid Venator RP, You ever played Star Wars RP from Gary's mod where it's Venator RP?
Oh my god. I've been on one of those servers. Me and Mark went onto it. You know what happened? So me and Mark go on. We coincidentally got on when there was actually stuff happening. We're like, oh holy shit. There's actually players on doing something. We gotta like take advantage of this. Because we were server hopping back in the day, right? And so they had like a bunch of people doing a bunch of different openings, but me and Mark got annoyed because we immediately found out for all the stuff that was on and happening, like there was the Navy crew people who they were boring. All they would do is you'd sit in the turret and you either shoot like TIE fighters, which were piloted by AI, so they flew like ass, or you'd shoot like asteroids or whatever. There's like the Navy people, the special clone trooper people, there's like the military police, all this other crazy shit, right? And then most, if not all of the stuff that was open, they wanted you to have played for a certain amount of hours or a certain amount of days. Like you needed this arbitrary rank or whatever. I don't know. Some bullshit. The only ones that were like open join, like free to go try out for were the military police. So me and Mark like dance on over there. And it was the most asinine test I've ever seen in a video game. They're like, all right, we're going to test your abilities to like not abuse your powers. And I'm like, that sounds reasonable. You don't want someone playing an MP and being like a fucking asshole, right? Because like being the Star Wars military police, man, that's a lot of power on the server besides the admins, because you can like arrest people and shit. So we're like, all right, fair enough. And would you like to guess what the tests to prove that we're not going to be shitheads with it entailed?
Stand here for 5 minutes and don't arrest somebody.
No, that would have been interesting, but no. It was recite the server rules back to us, but it was an open book test, and then recite the MP rules, but again, open book test. So we're like, all right, and then they gave us at the end a marksman test. Which, how do you think that would go? How would you prove that you are good at being marksman in a Star Wars?
I want to see if it's exactly like this one that I did, where they basically had a dude walk left and right, and you're just trying to shoot him.
No fucking way. That's exactly what happened with us.
That's so stupid. That's insane. Like that is absolutely insane that they are like all synced on like the stupid things. It's like Star Sim Arma levels of like
me and Mark
we're all gonna do that same.
Which what's funny is we were military. We were the red like Coruscant Guard clone troopers, but we had E11s. Tell me how that works. And this was Clone Wars, by the way. This was they were like fuck it, E11s go. But and if you don't know what that means, E11, it's the Stormtrooper blaster, the one that didn't exist yet.
They couldn't be bothered to.
Yeah, so we had E11s, and we had the head like guard, like the head military police dude. He was like, "All right, you gotta pass all these tests to be an MP," and I'm like, "Okay." I forget what the other ones were, but we get to that one. That's like the last one.
Crazy.
And instead of doing the thing of just like walking back and forth and like, so it was like. I forget what it was. It was like something of, oh, we don't want you. You gotta. He didn't say PID because they don't use that, but it was basically like The point he was trying to get across of if you need to shoot someone, you need a PID because you can't just like blow away a hallway trying to kill one dude, you know? Like that's reasonable. So we're in the hangar and he's up against the wall, like you know the invisible shield thing that like ships pass through like in Battlefront 2 and all that? He's standing right under that and we have to shoot the wall behind him on this pinprick that he's vaguely like pointing to. He's like, you see this little texture thing right here? No, well, just in that area, shoot that. Don't shoot me. Like, basically wanting us to hit a target without hitting him. So, like, fire control. Except, so when Mark does it, the guy's moving at an okay pace, and Mark shoots, like, 5 shots and aims them all. When I do it, motherfucker starts moving like a roadrunner, and I hit him twice.
Yeah,
so Mark...
So
Mark passes because he got like the slow man version. I fucking fail because I hit the dude twice. And I'm like, what the fuck? You just like vibrated back and forth at Mach 5. Like your mother's vibrator. Of course I'm gonna fucking hit you, you doorknob. You're jumping in front of this invisible target. So that was fun. What was your specific test? Did they do like the Roadrunner thing with you, or did they actually like have you?
It was like, okay, we need to make sure you have trigger distance, so we're gonna run left and right. And you have to make sure not to hit this dude. Now, I hate to be the absolute bearer of bad news when it comes to the fact that we're playing a fucking video game, because they do this exact same stupid shit in Arma. They try to put a little bit of realism and tactics into it.
Did you ever have to do up downs, Bolt?
And yeah, we'll get to all that. And to relate it to the same stupid cringy shit that everybody's apparently synced on, dumbass one of Milsim experience of Arma and Gmod. Is in Arma they do the thing of breaching a building and all that. First thing, Arma I don't give a shit unless the mission maker has specifically said the AI is not going to move. The AI don't give a shit. He's going to try to kill you. He's going to try to run after you and be aggressive and kill you. Second thing is, it's all based on who's got the best, frame rate. Who's got the most frames and who's not going to lag. Because you can have wonderful trigger discipline, but if your PC is shit, guess what? You're probably going to shoot that guy by accident. You know what I mean? So. And that's pretty much how it goes, because I had a buddy I was playing with who, like, the server would, like, lag, or he'd lag, and then he'd be like, oh, I dinged ya. And I felt so bad for him, because it's very clearly, like, you're not purposely trying to shoot these bastards. It's like, your computer's just shit. Just like, for instance, when they say go in and we're gonna go and reach and clear this building,
Hey, Bolt, get in the elevator, goober.
Come on, bros. Come on, Bolt.
I just realized this guy had voice chat. I was like, who the hell is this other voice? Sorry, the guy's speed running. I'm having a brisk stroll throughout
the hells of the Imperium,
where it's called.
Dude, Douglas wants us to do a couple more laps, and I missed that before we left, so we're going to do some Olympic laps when we get back. I hope you're ready.
So what?
My chat wants more running simulator.
More running, bro. You need to get that one game. It's literally called Walking Simulator.
Oh, I fucking hate walking simulator games. But yeah.
I'll say it's literally a game called Walking Simulator.
I've never heard of it, but I've fucking Gone Home is a bane on us all. Not Gone Home. Yeah, Gone Home. Gone Home ruined a genre. Gone Home ruined Steam. Anyways, fucking. Did you ever have to do up downs? Can I tell you about the first unit I ever quit on the spot instantly?
Go for it.
It involves up downs, obviously, so a bit of a spoiler there. But this was back on Arma 2. This was a long ass time ago. Oh god, we've got the poo monster tentacles. Oh, gross. So, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, fucking back on Arma 2, Arma 2 still has units, which is funny, but this was like near the end of Arma 2's like lifespan, because most, if not all, of the major units were moving over to Arma 3 at this point. This was 2017-ish, so this was like 5-6 years in Arma 3's lifespan, and most, if not all, of the major units were finally like, okay, we're an Arma 3 unit now, right?
Yeah.
And there was very, very few left that were in Arma 2. So I finally find one with my friend Dave, who I was living with at the time. And we get on, and it's like 5 people, 6 people maybe. Like, it is a tiny baby unit, very much holding on, because all of their members left at that point to go to Armor 3. So, there was a mission where I got to, like, squad lead or, like, team lead, because it was just, like, 5 dudes, as it goes. And so this was like a training practice mission for whatever. This was a unit that just, they basically just never did ops. It was always training. They always implied an op would happen at some point, but it was basically every time we got on, it was some sort of training thing. So this is like the second or third day I'm with them, and they're like just hours on hours of quote unquote training, which in reality land is just us dicking around. And I end up being able to lead the team for once. And so we were on Chinaris, I think. I don't remember what map we were on. No, we were on the Tiny Island map, I remember. The ones from Arma 1. We're going up a fucking hill, and you know how bunnies are client side? They were like that in Arma 2 as well. So I see a bunny, and I wanted to shoot the bunny because the not even the op, but like the adventure we were going on, the training scenario or whatever, was just fucking boring. It was just absolute A grade. I'd rather like salt my eyeballs boring, right? We're going up the hill, and I see this bunny rabbit, and they made us have like the generic like marine outfit. So you've got your M4, your Marpat, your whatever else. And I haven't done shit in like 30 minutes, and I'm just like wasting my afternoon home from school. Hey, this was in 2016. This was like forever. Oh my god, this is a long time ago. I'm an old man now. This was back when I was in school. This wasn't with Dave. I was back at school, and I remember I had just gotten home from school to play with these guys. This was like a long time ago. Holy shit. I was like, why did I think I was in Dave? Because I played Arma 2 with him too. But Arma 2, at home from school, wasting away my afternoon, you know. After you've done your homework, so you know you don't have that much time to like do anything. And I'm thinking like, this is boring as shit. We haven't done anything but walked around. See a bunny rabbit. I want to plug the bunny rabbit because I'm like, finally, I would have fired my rifle for once, because you know how those milsims like it to where you just never fucking shoot. And I shoot the bunny rabbit as we're going up the hill. Like the line of players with behind me, like everybody, we're going up this hill at an angle, and I see the bunny rabbit on my left. So I turn to shoot the bunny rabbit. And for some reason, one of my dipshits behind me decides, instead of staying in the line we've been in, he's going to rush up to my left side and be next to me for some reason. I don't remember why he did this, but as I start firing my rifle, I tell everybody to stop, and I go, ooh, bunny rabbit. And I turn to my left, I shoot at the bunny rabbit, and Dingus Magoo moves up at the same time I start firing next to me, and I blow him away. I just fucking mag dump his ass. Because I wanted to mag dump the bunny rabbit. So I fire like 5 or 6 shots. Dude moves. He catches the rest of my magazine and goes down. And I'm like, oh shit. I just basically friendly fired a guy because I wanted to shoot a bunny rabbit. And everybody's like, why'd you do that? What happened? And, you know, bunnies are client side, so no one sees the bunny rabbit that I killed. Because I killed the bunny rabbit with the first half of the mag. And I killed him with the second, or I didn't kill him. I downed him with the second half of the mag. So we've got a dead bunny rabbit, a down dude, and I'm trying to explain to everybody that I shot this bunny, and they're not seeing the bunny, so they think I'm fucking insane. They think I'm hallucinating, that I've shot a ghost rabbit and in reality killed one of my comrades. So they heal the dude, and then the fucking like leader or trainer or whatever, like the sauce boss in charge comes over, and he's like, all right guys, for your punishment, we're gonna do up downs. We're gonna do 50 of them. And I'm like, what? Huh? What the hell is an up down? He's like, oh yeah, so it's when you go on your keyboard and go up down, you know, hit W and A and all that shit. And we're gonna do 50 of them, basically like the Arma version of a push-up. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna sit here and like crouch up and down 50 times. No. So I was like, hey guys, I gotta go. And he's like, oh yeah, real life takes precedent. So I fucking leave, and I never went back to that unit because I'm like, we're not going to sit here and do virtual PT every time someone fucks up. That's retarded. No. I don't know if you've ever had anything that weird happen to you, Bolt, but holy shit.
I like the PT in Gary's more when we got to swim. That was a lot of fun. They're just so goofy. One time, this is to put a unit on the spot. One time, it was way back in the day, though. This was whatever Goop and I needed to kill some time before Fallout 76's beta was coming out. We were excited. We were like, listen, we can play Fallout multiplayer, you know? We were like, this is like unprecedented. The only way we were playing Fallout multiplayer before was like Hearts of Iron and like Armor. You know what I mean?
Right.
We did not have a way of playing Fallout multiplayer back then. And we were all excited about it. And this is the beta, and we were all get out. We were hyped. And we were like, we need some time to kill that. And we're like, we're going you didn't just do their basic training. So we joined the Imperial Black Legion.
Oh god, I remember this actually.
And we just run through this thing. We do like a little running course, we do a little jumping course, we do a little. Of course, the guy, he was mad that Goose took off his helmet and he was a Sith, and he was like, you can't have that. And he was like, you gotta change your face. And like Goop and I, who've known, you know, and played Arma longer than
any of those people.
You know,
didn't you make a video on this?
I don't know.
I swear to God, because I remember this story because Goof was on the call when you were telling it, and he was like, I remember Goof said, he's like, what are you, racist? What do you mean change my face?
You couldn't change your face if you're with the normal arsenal. You need to have a peace arsenal. So we try to explain that to the goobers. And it's kind of just one of those things in moments of like...
You're talking to people who have no idea what they're talking about, basically, right?
Trained by people who have less experience. It really does kind of give you that ego like sometimes. When you come in, like most of the time, really uninstall the game and just it's like I don't want to join someone else's stupid bullshit. Because it's usually one of two things. It's one, we're gonna be super strict to the core milsim, and then you got the people who like I felt bad for Rico. Because he specifically told them he was going to do that. And then they were like, well, actually, me and my group of friends, we really want to have our own squad and this and that and the other. And it's like, okay, if you're going to do that, you still got to do the stupid bullshit and this and stuff that you signed up for. And you knew you were signed up for because you joined a this unit.
Yeah.
Versus one that, like, secretly does it, which is stupid bullshit. Where they're like, okay, guys, we're going to give people the imagination of freedom, but you're not going to have this, that, and that, this, and that, and this, unless you do this, that, and that, and this.
Do you think Trig is blowing someone at Twitch or blowing someone at Bohemia for the amount of like people he gets? Because you and I have talked about this before. The sheer volume of people that Trig gets is unreasonable for the amount of boring shit that man does. Like, how did he get so popular? What happened?
Well,
it was because he's a
furry. Exactly how every single one of these units got a bunch of people. It's one of two ways. It's something I don't have, which is because I have friends that are retired from Warhammer. That's the most hilarious thing. It's a game that people retire from. I've never played a game where people are like, I'm not playing. Warhammer's the only one I actually really see. People eventually will come back and be like, oh yeah, let's play a little bit, let's play a little bit, this, that, the other, Minecraft, you know. But Arma, that's the one where, like, it's because there's such a time commitment, you know, people are like, I don't want to be committed to it, you know, and, the first reason is, you know, you gotta have people who are just undying, willing, have tons of free time, they're like, yeah, I'll join a unit, you know, and everything goes along with it. The second one being is, longevity. You know, and that's where I think.
But his longevity is ass. That's the weird one.
Well, there's strength. And
Trig literally goes in there, like when Warhammer Fantasy came out, he went in and was like, all right, I'm taking all the cool toys out of the toy box. All of you can gargle my nuts.
Well, it's like the 501st. There's strength in being the first, and there's strength in being...
He wasn't the first, though. He's an asshole.
So,
he was the first NCR by technicality.
Longest running. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're the longest running, you're... You know, some people are like, oh, why would I join, take a chance at, you know, something like, for instance, what I was doing. You know, it was very unique. And
take a chance on me! me.
You could be anything you wanted. You have the freedom of your character. You have freedom to make your kit. You know, it's more casual than anything else. More relaxed, not as serious. You know, but the time commitment's the number one thing. I think above all that.
Take a chance on me.
And
I'm wondering if the Lost Planet, not Lost Planet. I wonder if
the new people
the
like
not Planet Side.
you know,
Fucking,
new,
I'm gonna turn on my
generations,
AC.
So
Oh.
it's not an easy plug and play. Gunnar, why are you bored? Oh, what did I get? I got a shovel.
Ow, why is it still hot in October? Fucking why?
Mm.
Ow, my ass. My ass. My ass hurts. Oh.
Your ace hurts.
Hello. Oh, god damn it, not this shit again. Do you play Darktide with a controller?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
If a game has a control support, I'm on that.
Where the fuck is this controller at? It's being a big baby. No, quit it.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on, where the fuck did my controller go? I can't now play Darktide because my controller is somewhere being a little fucker. What the fuck? Ugh. I hate when I lose the fucking thing and it's just somewhere upside down, not letting me play anymore. Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck? I love video games, Bolt. Hold on.
Hey, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, right. Where the fuck is this goddamn controller at?
Yeah, Gunnar.
One second, Bolt. Hello? I'm trying to. I gotta figure out which one's my controller because I don't know where the controller itself went.
Yeah, I really want to start a long, in-depth conversation about my theory about the death of sandbox games.
Yeah, you have fun with that. We have time for it because I gotta figure out where my fucking controller went. Because I don't think it's plugged in, which means there's some other weird ass reason why my controls just gave up and I'm running into a wall right now. But I'm pretty sure it's because my controller is somewhere hiding from me. Yep, here it is. Found it. All right. Yep, that was the case. Fuck you, controller. Thank you.
Like,
Sandbox, Gary's Bod, Lore. Rybolt, pissed on Gabe Newell.
yeah.
What's the lore? Game theory. Is Rybolt really a gamer? Or is he just pretending? I'm red now. The clan stole your controller? I believe it. Alright, we're doing another 3 laps, gentlemen. Let's go. Push it! You're gonna go to the Olympics! It's weird to find out that the Olympics is basically a scam and bankrupts most of its participants because you gotta pay like $1 billion to go, basically.
That's crazy.
Like, there's a guy who makes TikTok and YouTube shorts who went to the Olympics and he is broke as shit as if he just never went. Like, there's a guy who does, like, reaction content is a controversy, but this guy actually does funny reaction content where it's, like, real reacting. It's not just staring at the camera blankly and pretending you're doing something. He's actually, like, pausing the videos or reacting to the thing. I forget his name, but he's a really funny dude, and he was, like, he made a response video because someone got onto him about him making fun of someone else's health or something like that. I don't remember what he did, but it was something health related that someone got mad at, and he was like, the comment he got was, you should get outside a run or you should exercise. And then he showed all these photos about how he went to the Olympics and a bunch of other sporting events and got a bunch of medals. And he's like, I'm still broke because you got to pay like a fuck ton of money to go to these things. Like, could you imagine the idea of you go to work at McDonald's and you might be working next to like an Olympic medalist because they're just normal people. They're not like super celebrities or anything.
Yeah.
Like
What goodness news? Like,
Imagine in your same
Emergency aid.
lifetime, you've got a gold medal and you got to work at like Mickey D's. Well, imagine.
suck.
If you, Bull, do you think there would ever be a point where your knowledge becomes obsolete and you're going to be like an old man who has to go work at like Staples or something because you can't keep up with the technology advancements?
No, because I've seen some people are very stuck in some old ways, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty confident in terms of like. I mean, look at it this way, like you know, a lot of places still use like old ass Windows XP, you know, stuff like that 7, and even though it is still fairly reliable, the technology
I remember
risk outweighs that potentially now.
What the hell is going on Reddit? Jesus. Oh my god, I'm getting a bunch of Jesus stuff. Interesting.
Two psychers and Ogren and
Two
veterans.
psychers.
What I've learned is no one wants to be a veteran. That's what I've learned. This plane is like the only.
Everybody and their mom's a psyker. Being a psyker's fun.
Yeah.
So
I wanted
fucking.
the challenge.
I read a story like a while ago about this, it was from a friend on Facebook. It was like a long time ago, back when I still had a Facebook. This friend, their dad was like an old man at this point. So like, it was one of those, so the friend's family was one of those families where they have kids at really weird times, and their kids like ages, like one's fucking 28, one's 16, one's 8. Like they decided to fucking have kids at random intervals. Not really random, but like very wide stretch intervals. So like the siblings' ages are all out of whack and wild. So the kid is 16, or not 16. The friend was like getting in from high school to college, and I remember when he was telling the story, he worked a really shitty job at like a fucking, what the hell is this store called? Like Tom Thumb, I think they're called. It's like the discount rich people Albertsons, you know? Like, have you ever heard of Tom Thumb? Okay, well, Tom Thumb is basically just like the rich people store for like groceries and shit. It's like not rich, obviously, but like affluent, like upper class. Ooh, I own my own Plato's Closet, like type people, right? So, homeboy works at Tom Thumb, and he has his dad worked in the technology field like you, but he had been working in it for like 40 years, so he had existed and like been the tech guy with his company for as long as technology had developed, like back in his time when they had like the big fucking computers that were like the size of the rooms, and now, you know, we're up to smartphones and whatever. So the dad didn't ever go and like get a college education because he didn't need to, because he grew up and was just the technology guy while technology was developing. So when his business that he worked at, when like the new technology would be invented and exist, new computers, you know, as shit would develop, instead of sending him to college or getting education or whatever, the dad would just like, the company would go to him and be like, all right, we're going to send you to the training courses and classes on how to like learn this, but you're not going to have like a degree or certificate. We're just going to teach you how this fucking thing works, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on paper, his resume would just be the work experience at this company. But in practice, like, he was obviously being well trained in all the devices and shit. Well, while my friend was, you know, again, going, so 16 at the time, friend works a shitty job at Tom Thumb. He's dealing with a bunch of like affluent people and, you know, general customers. And the dad has said something that my dad's told me before of like, hey, like anytime my friend would come home and complain, he'd be like, oh, just, you know, the dad would basically wave him off and be like, oh, shitty customers are a part of life. It's character building, right? Like, he basically wouldn't let his son vent. Like, my dad would do the same thing if he was like, oh, people are just shitty, son. It's whatever. Like, you know how old people are. They don't let you be mad about how someone's an asshole. It's character building. It'll toughen you up. You know, that sort of shit, right? And so my friend kept getting shut down for like over the years, from 16 to 18 when he was about to go to college. So jumping to present day, his dad's company was finally shutting its doors after like 60, 70 years, right? And the dad has had no other job but this company. And remember, he's had no certificates, no degrees. The company just bought him a new technology, or the company just bought a new technology and just had him learn it because he was the technology guy. So as my friend was leaving for college, when he made like this whole spiel on Facebook, his dad had to go and get a new job, like for the first time in like 5-6 decades. And he's got all this experience at this company, but he has no formal education. And this was 2014, 2015, so the economy was still ass after the financial crisis, but it wasn't like nowadays where it's basically impossible to get a job without a degree. But it was still bad. So the dad has 40 years, 50 years of work experience, but no degree. So the dad ends up having to get a shitty job too at like a grocery store. I don't remember what one it was. It wasn't Tom Thumb, which would have been funny irony, but my friend would see his dad sometimes now at this new job, and the dad would come home and be like, start bitching about customers. And this sounds like an everybody claps moment, so I don't really think it happened, but my friend was like, anytime his dad would come home and try to complain, he would just tell his dad the same thing he told him, which was toughen up, it's character building, like all the bullshit lines that his dad had told him to kind of like shut him down. And I really don't think this happened because I don't think those and then everybody clapped moments like that, like giving that just desserts to the boomers. I don't think that actually happens, but I think about that time to time of what if we lived in a world where old people actually had to like live by their own advice and actually had to deal with shitty people and, grow some empathy? Like, what kind of world do you think we would live in at that point, Bolt? Because hypothetically, my friend's dad was dealing with the same thing of, oh, customers are actually rude and it sucks. It's not character building. It's just douchebaggery at a supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think the world would be different, or you think old people would just still be how they are now?
I think they would still be there. Yeah, stuck in
It would still just be a pain in the ass. I'm coming, Bolt. I see ya.
The demon really hates me as the veteran. They really don't like young guy.
Oh, you're getting your butthole eaten.
Yeah. Second time
I'm sorry,
that's
Bolt.
happened.
You didn't even disturb. Did you disturb her this time? Because I don't think you did the first time.
Exactly. I think so.
My beloved.
Well, we're dead. I gotta check in. I mean, I'm super estranged from this friend now, but I'm kind of curious if his dad is still working at that store. Because his dad was like, they were in a position to where, even though he worked like a million years at this company, I don't remember why, but for some reason they couldn't like retire. They still needed like the dad to work. I want to see if he's still working there and still having to deal with all that bullshit. Like, I'm curious if that's going to happen to you. I mean, you have a college degree, so it's whatever. But is it going to get to the point where it's like, all right, Bolt, we don't need Windows 10 anymore, Grandpa. We're on Windows 28. Get with the program, old man. And then you get fired, and they're like, you got to go be a 78,000-year-old man.
The thing is, technically, I'm not even a tech support guy anymore.
You're a project manager, right?
Product specialist.
Product specialist.
Yeah, that's the crazy. I'm not technically supposed to be IT support anymore. An IT.
But they make you do it anyways.
Basically, it's when it's like escalation, they need backup help, and it's like, always ready to jump in and help type of deals. So.
Same thing here, Archgreed. I have a lot of trauma from the working world. I should not have gone into the field of security. I don't ever want to go back to that field. I just kind of got burned out.
That you were a security guard in Texas that was unarmed. That is
a wild concept. Yeah,
it is the most armed state, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I had a guy with a whole. I think I've told this before. When I was still a security guard at Six Flags, I straight up had a guy show up one day with a holster, like no gun. He wasn't armed, and he saw me eyeing his holster, and he's like, "Oh, I got my gun in my car, but it's like it's unpacked, it's in pieces, it's put away." And I'm like, "All right." And he's like, "Hey, hey, I'm tired of my current job. I'm tired of getting shot at. Is there a way I can come work at Six Flags?"
Well, this seems pretty
This dude,
unarmed security guard.
Yeah, he was like, this dude told me that basically a lot of businesses around Six Flags were using armed security guards as proto police, and apparently they were getting into like gunfights and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was like, I'm tired of being like the discount police essentially, because the place he worked for, they were like, we're not going to call the police, we're just going to have you get in the gunfight, and he was like, I don't want this. He was like, he got the upgraded certificate. Like, you get paid a lot more money if you're an armed guard, obviously.
Oh,
And he did it for the money, but he didn't realize that places would actually, like, deploy him to shoot at people.
him like he's the U.S. Army. That's wild.
It is! He was telling me all this crazy shit. I can't remember all, like, the details, because this dude was just going off, but basically, I don't even remember what business I worked for. I don't think he told me, but wherever he worked, he came in his uniform. So he had a vest, he had a holster, and I don't remember the name. It was like some initials or something. But the dude rocks up to my booth and he's like, hey, can I get an application or something or work here? And Six Flags does everything and anything online. There's no paper applications anymore. So I always have to tell everybody, you got to fill that shit out online.
That's every place, yeah. Everyone.
Basically, yeah. So dude was going off about how, like, 3 or 4 nights ago, he had actually gotten into a shootout at his work because I'm assuming he worked for, like, a distillery or an armed depot or God knows what, but dude actually got shot at, and he's like, yeah, this is, like, the 3rd or 4th time this has happened. I want to work somewhere else. Can I come work here? We had a couple shootings at Six Flags. Those were fun. Everybody always does it in the parking lot because, you know, you're not going to get a gun into a park. Did I ever tell you about the day a cop actually did accidentally get a gun into the park?
A cop did?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it'd be easier for cops. Just like I have the authority.
Well, yes and no. So cops are supposed to check their weapons, but certain types of cops, like detectives and other cleared people, I didn't know I didn't ever have to deal with the gun people, so I don't know the specifics. I just vaguely knew that, like, certain types of cops are allowed to have their guns and some aren't. I know undercover detectives are one of them. They go and they check their gun, and if they're not allowed to have it, then they give it up and it gets locked away. And then if they are allowed to have it, then they are given, like, a little yellow flag, like, armband thing to put on their arm. So if shit started popping off, they would put their armband on and then go guns a-blazing. That way, when other police show up, they don't shoot the cop. Because obviously when, cops are showing up to Six Flags and there's bullets flying everywhere, they don't know who's who. So they give them a little armband. They're like, hey, put this on so hopefully your fellow police officers don't blow you away as they're coming through.
Yeah, right.
So the standard procedure is like a whole 3-act play. If you are not a cop, you just can't bring your gun. That shit's got to go back to your car or back to your house. It got to the point where so many people were bringing their guns because Texas. They changed the policy. It used to be for like a short, I don't know, I wouldn't say a short period, but it changed like when I first started working there. It went from you got to take the gun off property and take that shit home to just leave it in your car. Just so many people were like, I want to bring my gun into Six Flags. And now they were like, just fucking leave it in your car. Just don't bring it inside, please. So
yeah, you're in Texas, by the way. Keep that in mind. So.
Yeah, they basically just because what would happen is with the policy of, okay, take your gun home, take it off property, we don't want that shit here, is people would leave and just not come back because they wouldn't want to waste the time of coming all the way back to Six Flags.
And guess what?
They had to go home.
It always does.
Yeah.
We're losing profit.
Basically, yeah, they were like, we're losing money because guests, customers, whatever. They're leaving and not coming back.
They're
because
like, bring out that old guy. Dun, 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 dun. Is it the same thing or no?
No, that guy's still around. That's still a thing.
Is that Six Flags or is that a different?
That is Six Flags, yeah. The party bus dude.
They're like, we're running
out
out of money because the gun people won't show up anymore. Bring out the old guy, guys.
Yeah, bring out the old guy. Let them leave the shotguns in the cars. There was the guy who showed up at the water park with a loose bag of AK rounds and his fucking... I saw the most Texas thing, so I'll get back to the gun story in a minute, but when when I was a security guard there was a place we called the Forgotten Land. A few of us, it wasn't like a well-known name around the guard, just a few of us called it the Forgotten Lands, which was the water park, because anytime you got stationed over there, you got forgotten about. Like,
Got
once
deployed.
once our superiors were like, most of our superiors, like the sergeants, the lieutenants, the upper security, like people, once you were off property, they just fucking stopped caring about you. And it wasn't really their fault that they did that. There was just so much stuff would happen in the park that they didn't have time to be like, oh yeah, I still have people deployed across the park or outside of the park.
You were the Benghazi of freaking this situation, man. I'm sorry.
Basically, yeah. If you went anywhere off park, you were forgotten about. They always forgot about the parking lot people. They always forgot about the people that went over to the water park. So, one day,
Six Flags has a water park?
yeah. So
Exactly,
Six
that's how
Flags
they
over
protect it.
Texas. Six Flags over Texas has the main park with like the roller coasters and shit, and then they got Hurricane Harbor across the way. It's
Hurricane
one
Harbor?
whole. It's. I know the names.
Okay.
The name's interesting,
Yeah.
especially because where you get hurricanes here. But so it's one big park. It's two locations, but they're also colloquially called parks. It's kind of confusing. Anyways, so I briefly had to go over to the Forgotten Lands, and I got forgot about. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're still there. Come home. You know, basically finish your shift out there." So I'm up at the front doing security stuff, and there was a guy at the metal detector. And I was looking back at him because we ended up being low on people, so there was a lull in like people coming in, because there's big times of day of when people will come in and people will leave, right? Like there'll be people who come like at 2:03 or 4:01 or whatever, but generally it's the morning and the evening when the big rushes are, because most people will either get off work or go do something before they have to go to work or whatever. Or, you know, they want their kids to get up there at like noon so they can have fun all day and then leave at like 5 p.m. and go have dinner or whatever, right? If they don't want to eat at the park. So, and then you got the night people and whatever else. So, it's after the big rush, there's a lull, and I have time to kind of look around and just basically burn time, because as a security guard, that's the number one thing you're doing, is you're just trying to make the time pass faster. So I'm sitting there, I'm just waving my arms back and forth, I'm just kind of chilling, and I look back at the metal detector dude, who's got some people in his line. And I'm looking at him, and his fucking eyes widen, and they like bulge up, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on over there? And it's a group of 3 dudes that are like at his station getting checked out or whatever. And so fucking he calls over the supervisor, and some police go over with him. And what would turn out is when the bag went through, he just saw like 10 or 20 like loose AK bullets in the bag. So they pulled the guy aside and were like, what's going on with this dude? Like, most Texas thing I've ever seen. Like, a bunch of cops and the supervisor just casually pull him over, and they're like, hey, why do you got a bunch of loose, ammunition in your bag? And the guy with the bag starts freaking out. He's like, oh, my bad. I just came from the range. I was old enough to buy an AK. So I bought an AK for my birthday and shot it, and then I came to the water park. He's like, you can go to my car, you can check it, it's disabled. Like, this dude is freaking out because he thought he was going to get arrested or something. Mm-hmm. And the guys are like, oh, no, it's fine. Just go take this back to your car and everything's Gucci.
We actually need your business. Please stay at the park.
Basically, yeah, they're like, just go put the bullets away and come back. And he was like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. You have a valid explanation for why there was a loose AK ammo in your fucking bag. So yeah, back to the cop accidentally put the gun in the park story. So when cops come or people with guns come, if you're not a cop, take that shit back to your car. If you are a cop and you're the special cop they let have a gun, you check it with security. It's a 3-act fucking whole process. So during the summer, because of the shootings and because of worker burnout, we were really low on security. And 2 shootings had happened. There was a shooting in the parking lot at the water park, and there was a shooting in the parking lot at the Six Flags I worked at, and at like the actual park that I was at the time. So Six Flags corporate had that same year moved literally right next to the park. So I worked at Six Flags over Texas. So if you go online and you look up Globe Park Stadium, it's right next to the park that I worked at. And Six Flags HQ, corporate, like the CEO, God, and everybody is right there. So picture being the Six Flags executives, the CEO and shit, and you've just moved right next to like your home park, like your first ever Six Flags park, and suddenly bullets are starting to fly around the parking lot, like right outside your window. So they start getting freaked out over the next week or so.
More staff up in here.
Basically, yeah, they start freaking out and they overhire people to hell and back. That's kind of why I lost my job as a security guard there, because the new CEO fired everybody because he was like, all right, we don't actually need this people, we're fine. But they decided to hire a bunch of outside security companies, Allied Universal Security, which is the company I worked for when I worked at General Motors, and a bunch of other like smaller ones around, right? So Six Flags wants like 200 to like 400 private security guards. Like they want security out the ass because they're nervous, obviously, because they're nearby now, and they want the public to calm down. Like, they don't want to lose money. They don't want people to stop coming to the park because it's turning into like a Wild West fight in the parking lot every other week, right? So they are trying to double up security. And they keep supplementing. So the way they train the outside guards, like Allied Security, like the, mercenaries, the PMC version of like a private security guard, basically, the way they train the outsiders and the way they train the people that actually work for the park are vastly different. There's two things that make the in-house guards superior to the random security guards they get from like Allied and shit. Number one, the training and specifics. It's not like we're better or anything. We're all security guards at the end of the day. We all take the same test, yada yada yada. We all have our various experiences. But the in-house guards have very specific training, and so they have time to be expressly told and become familiar with the various security mechanics and protocols, right? That's number one, why in-house guards are going to be better. Number two is we fucking work there. So if shit goes to hell, we have to deal with that for the rest of time because that's just where we are. The Allied security guards and the other guards, they get fucking rotated. If they fuck up at this place, they just gotta wait a few days and they're going somewhere else. So, whatever, right? And they're never there long enough to get experienced and familiar, and they're undertrained to hell and back. They're not given like the deep-seated training that we get because they're only there for a few days. So they're given the bare minimum, they don't care, and they're just sent out there. So, one of the most important places you can work as a security guard is the front gate. For obvious reasons, I feel like I don't have to explain. That's literally where everybody and their mom is. Anybody could bring anything to the park. A fucking dynamite with a timer on it. The Necronomicon, crazy shit, right? So that's the most important place you want to put security personnel. Well, take a wild fucking guess on which type of guards they put at the front. The outhouse or the in-house guards?
They definitely put the people who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, you think. No. They put Allied Security and a bunch of the other temporary guards up there.
That's what I said, the people who don't know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said the people who do know what they were doing. But yeah, so they put Allied Security up there, and Allied Security became a big meme because they just kept fucking up. It's like, it wasn't even that they were bad guards. Like, some of them were just bad guards. They were just shit people because Allied Security just takes anybody and everybody. But some of them were just undertrained and just had not been there long enough because Six Flags is a place to where you gotta break your teeth on just working the job for a few weeks, like not even a few days, like a few weeks before you actually get it down. And these guys didn't have a few weeks; they had a few days.
What's really messed up, Patrick, is that I
Yeah.
think you're describing this like the episode of South Park when they hire the policemen to be the teachers. I feel like that's the equivalent of like, all right, guys, well, the teachers aren't here, and this is kind of a hard job, but, we're experienced in other ways, right?
Yeah, so that's basically what happened, honestly. So they've got most, if not all, of non-Six Flags security guards at the front gate. And the supervisors and all the upper management that like the head guards that run the front gate and do other administrative things, like the sergeants, fucking Six Flags uses police ranks. Some private companies use police ranks because they're fucking assholes, and I think that's cringy. But
Dude,
essentially,
really
it's the security chief. It's the security chief, 3 lieutenants, and 4 sergeants. Right. So there's a sergeant of the front gate, a sergeant of the park interior, a sergeant of the parking lot, and then a sergeant of training. and then there's 3 lieutenants that will sometimes be the manager if the chief isn't there, right? So that's how that works. So there's the sergeant of the gate, and the sergeant of the gate's getting pissed because they keep giving her these shitty fucking, not shitty, but they're giving her like the not good guards, the guards that are not giving a shit. They don't, like, I don't want to rag on these people because they weren't doing a bad job, they just didn't have the time to do a good job. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they keep giving her the guards that are probably not a good idea for the front gate because they have to remember a bunch of complex shit, like it's paper please on fucking steroids. And they're not really like clocking it because they're going to be gone, and she's getting pissed off about this because, you know, they rotate out every few days. So she's having to do this extensive training every 3 to 4 days because she's got a new batch of people up there. It gets to the point to where one day the sergeant of the gate or the sergeant of the front gate isn't there, right? There's another another under supervisor that's in charge that day of the front gate. And he can't be fucked to, like, he's tired. He can't be fucked to, you know, be super thorough and extensive like her. So he's basically like, hey, you guys know what you're doing. You've been here for like a day or two, whatever. You got this. Bada bing, bada boom. Ask me if you need anything. Very lax, very chill. So with the police, like I've told you, they have to go through like a special process for their gun. For some reason, the Allied guys either weren't told this or just didn't care, or God knows what happened. So the sergeant of the gate, the sergeant of the front gate that's there that is thorough, she's not there. It's all Allied security, and it's a guy in charge who's tired and isn't really paying attention. Big recipe for disaster. So as I've been told, as the story goes, and I've heard this from multiple people, what happened that day is a cop showed up, a detective or something from like APD showed up. Maybe it was APD, it might have been FWPD. I don't know. Just some detective showed up. And he's with his family, and he's being kind of difficult. He's being kind of a fussy boy. He doesn't want to go through the 3-act play that they have for when the police come to, like, put their gun away and do all this other shit. He doesn't want to do all that, right? So the guards at the gate don't care, and the supervisor was doing something else. So from what I'm told, he tells this one Allied security guard, hey, I'm a cop, I'm just going to keep my gun. And they're like, all right, cool, whatever. So they let him through, and they claim they didn't know this wasn't okay, or whatever, trying to cover their own ass. So this cop with his family goes through, and they go, and they're in the park for a minute. Bear in mind, this dude has a holster on his upper part of his right side of his chest. This isn't like tucked into his pants. It's not like in a side holster. It's not hidden. It's fucking there where you can see it. Mm-hmm. Some of them tried to claim that they didn't see it, and then some of them were like, he said he was a cop, so I thought it was fine. You know, it was a whole mess. So, homeboy police officer, big man Detective Magoo, being fussy about getting his gun taken away and whatever, or checked in, or God knows what. He gets into the park, and no one notices or freaks out at the central area. No one notices or freaks out as he walks around other parts of the park. He gets deep into the park. There is a train at Six Flags on the right and left side, on like the west and east side. There are stations that you can get on this train, and they'll take you all the way around to the park to the other side so you can get off and do stuff and not have to walk. Dude gets on the train. He is on this isolated train because there's only 2 stations. So he gets on the western station, gets on it, starts going around, gets to the halfway marker. Someone notices he has his gun on his chest holster on his right side and starts flipping a shit and causing a scene on the train. So the train breaks out into chaos because there's like all everybody knows is there's a guy with a gun on the train, and the cop's sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? So security, police, and everything end up being notified of this because everybody gets to the station and starts losing their shit. Like, they're losing their shit on the train. They pull up to the station in a panic. The station panics, calls security, so fucking police and just like a billion security guards go running towards the station. I don't know what the security guards were going to do, but the police are hauling ass. They get there, and they're like, what the fuck? Who has a gun? What's going on? Oh, God. Ooga booga. And the detective is there. He's embarrassed. He's like, what the fuck is happening? So he goes and he explains. It was lucky for everybody because some of the uniformed guys recognized him, and they're like, I remember I was told by a different guard, they're like, the cops get there, they look at the detective, they're like, someone told us there was a guy with a gun on the train, and the detective goes, yeah, me.
Like, I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. I don't know why everybody's having a head fit here. Because apparently he like showed his badge and whatever else, I don't know. But everybody had a big panic attack about it. And so they get told from him that the guards at the gate just kind of let him walk in and didn't stop him or try to check his gun or whatever else. The detective is claiming that they just let him walk through. The guards were claiming that they tried to like do the process with him. Well, some are claiming they didn't see it, and some are claiming they tried to make him do the process, but he was a fussy baby about it. It's a goddamn mess. And the detective's embarrassed because there's a giant scene over his gun. The security guard, the entire security department is on fucking fire right now because it turns into a finger-pointing hellscape of whose fault is it that this dude just walked in with a gun and caused fucking World War III on the train.
Mm-hmm.
And this day going forward, they were like, no more outside guards, no more allied security at the front gate. It is all in-home guards. So, it was a wild time working for Six Flags that summer. I don't think I've ever had a more exciting job, and at this point, I really don't want one. I don't know about you, Bolt, but I'm pretty much done with that kind of chicanery. I don't know what's like been a big wild moment at your job at this point, but I think things are pretty chill at Indians R Us, aren't they?
Just a server caught on fire.
What the fuck? Oh, hold on, what?
Twice. Actually, once last year, now I remember, and then once this year. So. Like, it just happened this week.
What? How?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just getting too hot or if the cable's overheating or whatever, but, like, all I know is that there is a big old incident where the, server caught on fire, so it's like, uh-oh.
Did you have to bust in there with the fire extinguisher and be like, I'll save the day! I'm Rybolt!
It's just one of those things where people get relocated from one office to the next. So
oh my god.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Praise the Emperor. Praise be me to him. He who takes your toes. Are you buying stuff, Bull, or are we heading off to the next thing? I might change my stuff. Hold on. Ooh. I kind of want to try the lightning powers again.
I'm back, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm looking at thingies.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab something to eat and drink here in a second. It's so funny. Every time I hit that stream button, I get like a bajillion messages, but like I could just be not doing anything at all, and then nothing, nobody. Everyone's a ghost.
Right.
The second I hit that stream button, it's like
they're like, "Bull, give me your attention. Show me your toes."
Give me a second when I get something to eat finally. First meal of the day.
Yeah, mine's gonna be in 3 hours.
Actually, well, do not have the stream linger on. That's what I'm going to call it for my stream at least.
Alrighty.